Jail death. Inmates alert Vigo County jailers after finding one man unresponsive. We have new information in this story. And tax troubles. Vigo County homeowners get a wake-up call when new tax assessments come in the mail. Find out what's causing the change.
Continued mild. I'll have details about how the weather may, however, be changing.
Leading the way. This is the Wabash Valley's most watched newscast with Mark Allen, Patrice Dayton, Chief Meteorologist David Wire, and Rick Semler, Sports. This is News 10.
Good evening. We're learning more information tonight about a man found dead in the Vigo County Jail. Jailers found William Powell dead in his cell early this morning. This after inmates alerted guards about the man being unresponsive. First responders tried to revive the man, but it was too late. News 10's Gina Glaros is tracking more information on this story. She's live in our newsroom tonight. Now, Gina, you found out why William Powell went to jail in the first place, right?
That's right, Patrice. We're told police arrested William Powell on a drinking incident. It happened January 6th. Officers say Powell refused to leave someone's porch. That's when police intervened and arrested the man. Officers found Powell intoxicated and per police protocol took him to be checked for medical clearance. We're told Regional Hospital cleared Mr. Powell to go to jail. Deputies tell us jailers and first responders took the proper steps to ensure Powell's safety. And this is new information for you tonight. Vigo County Sheriff Greg Ewing says another inmate did not attack the man.
All of the inmates in that block have been interviewed. We have video surveillance that has been pulled and reviewed. Mr. Powell was not attacked by another inmate. This is strictly going to have to be determined by the autopsy to determine the cause of death.
Patrice, we're going to continue this story and bring you the very latest as it becomes available. Reporting live in the newsroom, Gina Glaros. Patrice, back to you.
Thank you, Gina. William Powell is scheduled for that autopsy tomorrow. Well, you may have noticed some changes in your property assessments. The Taxpayers Association says Vigo County has gone through a 5% drop. So what could this mean for your statement? News 10's Rondrell Moore hit the ground to get some answers. He joins us now live in the studio with details. Rondrell?
Patrice, if you own property, you get one of these every year, property valuations. But some of you may be seeing some massive changes, so let's take a look. Now, this is a spreadsheet from the Indiana Department of Local Government Finance. It looks pretty confusing, but let's zero in on Vigo County. And you can see the big number, $143 million. Basically, that number tells us just how far property values have dipped countywide since last year. Now, that equals to about 5%. That all means you may have seen a pretty steep decrease in your assessment. One person wrote on my Facebook wall they'd seen a $4,000 decrease since 2012. Now, even though the county was down, some property owners actually saw a large increase. So we went to the Vigo County Assessor's Office to find out why.
And the biggest difference is that this is a reassessment year. And we haven't had a reassessment since 2002. And so you look at the total assessed value. Is that a reasonable estimate of your market value? We're not going to hit everybody head on.
Lewis said if you do have questions, you should call the assessor's office. They say they're able to explain to you your value assessment. That number is listed at the bottom of your screen. Patrice, back to you.
Certainly that affects our wallets. Thank you, Rondrell. We have placed a link that details how assessments break down in Vigo County. That's on our website at WTHITV.com. Now, Illinois State Police need your help identifying a man found dead in Jasper County. Jasper County deputies found the man's remains near Newton last March. And today, the Federal Bureau of Investigation released this image. This is a recreation of what investigators believe the man looked like. Illinois State Police and FBI are having a hard time figuring out who this person is. So if you have any information on who this may be, contact Illinois State Police. Meantime, Indiana State Police are still looking for answers in a Sullivan County, Indiana homicide case. Investigators say someone shot to death 85-year-old Lowell Badger. It happened in December in the man's rural Miram home. Troopers say someone stole items from Mr. Badger's house. A $25,000 reward has been offered to anyone who offers police information that leads to an arrest. Indiana lawmakers may soon begin talking guns on campus. One state senator plans to pitch legislation this week. There is no state law banning weapons from public universities. It is, however, up to each individual university to whether students can carry on campus. Indiana State University in Terre Haute has a strict no weapons on campus policy. School leaders say the proposal will only cause more safety issues for students.
I think it would make our job more difficult in responding to if there were ever a shooting situation where several people were pulling out weapons. It would be a little bit more difficult to separate the good guys from the bad guys.
Democrat lawmakers say the measure likely will not get far. Republicans say it would give students a chance to protect themselves. Indiana lawmakers are proposing a measure that would bring cursive writing back to the state's public schools. A Senate committee is scheduled to talk about the idea tomorrow. In 2011, Indiana's Department of Education dropped cursive writing from school curriculum. State administrators hoped students would improve keyboard skills. The Senate approved a similar bill last year, but it did not advance in the House. Well, the temperatures are advancing in the Mercury. Kevin Orpert is joining us, and that warm-up may bring some rain, right?
Yeah, it most likely will. There's a system down in Texas, Patrice, that could very well move up into our region over about the next 48 hours or so. So it's not going to rain right away, and it's certainly not going to rain tonight. Now, after a high today of 41 degrees, the temperature has dropped to 36. I have a southeast breeze to about 6 miles per hour under a mostly clear sky. Barometer is rising. It's at 30-20. And, of course, with a mostly clear sky, there's no precipitation at this point, even within the next 24 hours. I don't think we'll have any precipitation showing up. However, there is the possibility for some rain within the next 48 hours. I'll have details about that and the possibility maybe for even a little thunder in the forecast.
Interesting. All right. Thank you, Kevin. In a News 10 follow-up, Terre Haute code enforcement officers found a dog yesterday morning that had been severely abused. So News 10 decided to see how Vigo County ranked in animal abuse cases and what can be done to prevent it. Patsy Kelly is live in the newsroom with more. Patsy?
Patrice, about 20,000 animal abuse cases were reported last year nationwide, and those were the only ones that we know of that were actually reported. We talked to Megan Bilyeu at the Airport Veterinary Clinic today. She says animal control brings up to 4 abused animals in per month. With that being said, she says they see a lot of animals come in with clients who don't know how to care for their animals. While these cases are not necessarily considered neglect, these animals aren't being cared for in a good manner. Many times, according to experts, neglect and abuse is 100% preventable. Code enforcement officers, judges, and prosecutors are working to make a difference. Megan says, unfortunately, abuse is really hard to define with the law, but she's not seen people being held responsible except for being issued minor citations. Megan is pleased that lately officials are working to make a bigger difference in regards to animal abuse and neglect, but it's still difficult for her to see these abused animals come in so often.
It gets under your skin because you think, I could be doing something, or the owner should have done something to prevent this, but what do you do?
Megan says if there were an easy solution to the problem, they would be doing it now. But there are resources out there to help owners of pets. And for more information on those resources, you can head to our website at WTHITV.com. Patrice, back to you.
Good information. Thank you, Patsy. The dust has settled from all the fiscal cliff discussion, but some taxpayers are wondering if it will impact their returns.
There's so much indecision that Congress has created with this that, people just don't know what to do.
News 10 reached out to Larison's tax service in Terre Haute. They say the last-minute Washington decision will affect your returns. They say the date you can file your taxes has been pushed to January 30th at the earliest. That's 2 weeks past the normal date. They say this is because the fiscal cliff discussion caused a delay in preparation. That means the earliest you can see your return will also be pushed back. Now, coming up on News 10 Night Watch, Gina Glaros tells you why the delay could even go past January 30th. We have a quick recall to pass along tonight. Fisher-Price is recalling about 800,000 infant sleepers. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says mold could build up under the rocker seat cushion. And this is what the sleeper looks like. It's received 600 mold claims. The commission says at least 16 babies have been reported sick. Multiple businesses are moving or making moves to the Vigo County area. We've told you about Chick-fil-A's plans to open up a location. It would be near the Vigo County Fairgrounds on U.S. Highway 41. Today, News 10 has learned they have received a county building permit. County officials say the company has not yet begun building. Right now, there's no time frame on completion. Meanwhile, another restaurant chain is looking to open its doors. Officials say Cheddar's Casual Cafe is coming to Vigo County. You're looking at video from its website. Cheddar's is a national chain sit-down restaurant. Vigo County building inspectors say it'll be off U.S. Highway 41 near Sam's Club. It's unclear when construction will begin. And 2 new Dollar Generals will be coming up and going up in Terre Haute. Take a look at some of the construction near 25th and Holman. Terre Haute building inspector Daniel Bell says it'll eventually be a Dollar General. But that's not all. Another Dollar General will be built at the old Sheridan Park IGA. That's on 25th and Maple on Terre Haute's north side. It's not clear when both locations will open. Winter warm-up coming up. Storm Team 10's Kevin Orford is tracking some almost spring-like temperatures. Plus,
Indiana's ranked #1 in a category that nobody wants. I'm Mike Brannon, Van Sins. I'll have more on that story.